Welcome to the ICMR Online Prescribing Skills Course 2020 for the Indian medical graduates. I am Dr. Mangala from St. John's Medical College, and today I'll be talking about improving adherence. After watching this video, please complete the 5 MCQs which are based on this video, and these you will find them in the assignment section. Now to begin with, these are our reviewers. Moving on to the learning objectives. At the end of the module, the Indian medical graduate should be able to explain the given medication regimen and possible adverse effects of the drugs to the patient, also explain the consequences of not taking these drugs regularly, identify specific barriers and possible solutions to adherence to medications, and also motivate the patient to implement these solutions. We will be covering this module under the following headings. Moving on to introduction. What is adherence? Adherence as defined by WHO is the extent to which a person's behavior, be it taking medication, following a diet and executing lifestyle changes, corresponds with the agreed recommendations from a healthcare provider. Even though adherence and compliance are used interchangeably, they are different. Adherence is involvement and agreement from the patient to the prescribed treatment, whereas compliance is just following the instructions passively by the patient. So let's see why this topic is important. Adherence to medication among patients with chronic diseases averages to 50% in developed countries. It is assumed to be lower in developing countries like India. Also, moving on to the cost factor, a systematic review of 9 studies which looked at 14 disease groups found that the adjusted total cost of non-adherence across all disease groups ranged from around $950 to $52,000 per person, and of course lower levels of adherence was associated with higher costs. What about studies in the Indian context? These have identified barriers for adherence in acute coronary syndrome patients, which are insufficient knowledge about the disease and the drugs, the cost of the drugs and access to the drugs, regimen complexity, the side effects of the drugs and lack of family support. So what are the interventions to improve adherence in these patients? Educating the patients with regards to both the disease and the drugs, maintenance of a patient diary. The patient could use a calendar for reminders and also regular visits by the health worker. So how do we measure adherence? WHO categorizes methods to measure adherence as subjective and objective. So what are subjective measures? These are providers or patients' evaluation of the medication taking behavior, whereas objective measures are pill count, electronic monitoring, secondary database analysis and biochemical measures. Having said that, no single ideal method is there to measure adherence. A combination of subjective and objective measures which are feasible at the clinic can be utilized. Examples of adherence measures. The subjective measures are self-report, that is through a questionnaire by the patient, and also a patient diary can be maintained by the patient himself or herself. This helps in eliciting beliefs and barriers to adherence and also predict to some extent the non-adherence behavior of the patient. Moving on to the objective measures, pill count is one of the examples. This gives us more accurate data with regards to patient adherence. Before moving on to the case studies with improving adherence, the general comments is that the Indian medical graduate has to refer to the module on communication for the general principles of patient counseling. So now let's move on to the case studies. A patient has come with complaints of cough with purulent sputum, running nose and spiking fever for 4 days. He has taken paracetamol and fever has not come down. He has also taken an unknown antibiotic in the last 1 month for 2 days for similar complaints, but he stopped these drugs abruptly as his symptoms improved. You make a diagnosis of upper respiratory tract bacterial infection as the patient has purulent sputum and fever not subsiding after 4 days. You prescribe capsule amoxicillin 500 milligrams thrice daily for 5 days and paracetamol as and when required. So, how would you counsel this patient for adherence to medications? If you recall the module on communication, we deal with this under 5 R's. The first R being reason, that is the reason for prescribing these medications. That is, amoxicillin is an antibiotic given to cure the bacterial infection and paracetamol is for the fever. This is the first thing you explain to the patient. Next, the regimen. You need to tell him that he needs to take capsule amoxicillin 500 milligrams 3 times a day for 5 days, and paracetamol is taken only if there is fever, and if there is no fever he can discontinue paracetamol. Moving on to the risks involved in taking these drugs, amoxicillin can cause diarrhea, dyspeptic symptoms. However, these are not reason enough to stop the medication by himself. Moving on to revisit instructions, follow-up is not necessary if the patient is cured. Last but not the least, revision statements. You need to ask the patient these questions like, do you have any questions? And also ask him how long will he take the drugs. These revision statements will make you understand how much the patient has taken in whatever you have told him. So, what are the barriers to adherence in this patient? Possible side effects could be one of the barriers. Not completing the course of antibiotics is a possibility in this patient because he has already given a previous history of abruptly stopping these antibiotics. So, what are the possible solutions? Educate the patient. You need to tell him that even if the fever and cough subside, amoxicillin has to be continued for 5 days. You need to educate him that not completing the course of antibiotics leads to incomplete cure of the infection and also antibiotic resistance. So, let us move on to the second case where there is a 45-year-old male patient has been diagnosed with pulmonary tuberculosis. He has already been informed that he will be on RNTCP regimen, that is INH, rifampicin, pyrazinamide and ethambutol for 2 months, followed by INH, rifampicin and ethambutol for 4 months. You have also prescribed him pyridoxine 20 milligrams once a day at night time. The patient is worried about taking the drugs for 6 months. He feels these will have side effects. He also tells you that he is the bread earner of his family and cannot afford these drugs. So, how would you counsel this patient? Again, let us move on to the 5 R's of communication. The reason that you are prescribing these drugs. You need to tell him you have an infection known as tuberculosis. The 4 drugs are prescribed to cure the infection and pyridoxine is here to prevent the side effect of a drug. So, what about the regimen? All the 4 drugs have to be taken for 2 months. And at the end of 2 months, INH, rifampicin and ethambutol need to be continued for 4 more months. Also, pyridoxine needs to be continued. What about the risk when the patient is on these drugs? Orange colored urine, sweat is a side effect of one of these drugs. Also, the patient may experience abdominal pain, vomiting, yellow discoloration of eyes. So, what are the revisit instructions? There will be a clinical follow-up where the patient should come once a month. The laboratory follow-up is sputum smear examination at the end of 2 months and sputum smear examination at the end of 6 months. Long-term follow-up after completion of treatment at the end of 8, 12 and 24 months. So, what are the revision statements for this patient? Do you have any questions? Can you tell me how you will take the drugs? Can you stop the drugs on your own? What will you do if you experience any side effect? The answer to these questions will give a clue about what point you need to reiterate. So, what are the barriers to adherence in this patient? He may stop the drugs because of one of the following reasons. Once the symptoms are reduced, due to the cost factor, due to side effects, 4 or 3 drugs to take per day, and the long duration of treatment. So, what are the possible solutions you are looking at? Emphasize that all the drugs have to be taken for the specified duration. Even though it is for 6 months, you need to tell the patient that it is very much necessary that he continues the drug for the specified duration. He may get TB of joints, lymph nodes, etc., or the infection might spread to other parts of the body and even may affect his brain if he does not complete the course. Relapse or worsening of the disease also can happen if he discontinues the drugs. Incomplete treatment can lead to something called as multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, and this kind of TB is not responsive to the usual drugs. So, you may have to prescribe higher antibiotics which has more side effects. If the patient experiences any untoward effects, he needs to be told that he needs to inform the doctor. Do not stop the drugs on your own. Yellow discoloration of the eye, abdominal pain or vomiting, the patient needs to consult the doctor immediately. Involve family members, explain the importance of completing the course. This will ensure that you have allies with you for adherence. The patient need not worry about affordability because these drugs are available free of cost at the RNTCP center. You can also identify a health worker in the patient's area to support his treatment. Patient can avail the benefits of Nikshay Poshan Yojana for nutrition. You also inform him about the SMS he can receive to remind him to take the medications. Moving on to the last case. Here you are finding a 60-year-old patient who lives on his own, comes to your clinic with complaints of headache. You diagnose hypertension in this patient. You prescribe enalapril 5 milligrams once daily dose. How would you counsel this patient for adherence to medications? First, you need to explain the reason. You have been diagnosed with hypertension. Your blood pressure is high. I am prescribing a drug called enalapril to reduce your blood pressure. The regimen: tablet enalapril 5 milligrams once daily at night. So, what is the risk involved? The patient may have dry cough. What are the revisit instructions to this patient? Meet the doctor once a month till his BP is stabilized. Once the BP goal is reached, see the doctor every 3 to 6 months. Patient should get blood tests, urine test and ECG done once or twice a year. What are the revision statements? Do you have any questions? Can you stop the drugs on your own? What will you do if you experience any side effect? So, to identify the barriers to adherence in this patient, he may stop the drug as he does not have any symptoms, forget to take the drug as he lives alone, or stop the drug due to the side effects. So, what are the solutions you are looking at? You need to educate the patient that he has to take the medications lifelong. He cannot stop the drug or change the dose on his own. This drug can cause dry cough, that is an adverse effect of this drug, but this is not a reason for him to stop the drug. If the cough is too problematic, he can consult you again for change in medication. Hypertension usually has no symptoms but can lead to dangerous complications like heart attack and strokes. It can also cause complications in the eye, brain and kidney. By educating the patient about these points, you are ensuring that even though the patient is asymptomatic, he will continue the drugs. He should also make it a habit of taking the drug daily at a specified time. He can use a calendar to mark a tick mark once he has taken the drug. This is to ensure, since he is living alone, he will not forget to take his medications. So, what are the do's in counseling for improving adherence? You need to first set aside time to explain the various drugs that he or she is receiving. Tell the patient the reason a particular drug is being prescribed. Also educate the patient about the disease, the potential adverse effects that are expected by taking these drugs. Improve awareness with regards to complications if drug is not taken. Importantly, develop a rapport with the patient and explore possible barriers for non-adherence. Depending on the barriers, find possible, feasible solutions. Importantly, involve caregivers or family members to improve adherence. Look for polypharmacy and simplify regimens wherever possible. Discuss with the patient and decide the most convenient time for taking medications, again only wherever feasible. Ask the patient to repeat your instructions. What are the don'ts? Do not forget to explain the disease condition and why the patient needs to take the medications. Do not assume that the patient has understood whatever instructions you have given and also will remember it without reinforcement. Do not be upset with a patient for being non-adherent to medications. So what are the take-home messages from this module? Counseling for adherence to medications is an important intervention to improve adherence, and you can do this at your own clinic. Involving family members, caregivers regarding medications is definitely one of the strategies to improve adherence. And finally, identifying specific barriers and finding possible solutions will improve adherence. We acknowledge the following expert committee members. Thank you for watching the video. Hope now you are ready to attempt the 5 MCQs based on this module. Please find the MCQs in the assignment section and upload the answers. Please also complete assignment 2 as per the tutorials. Thank you and happy learning.